Prior to TSW, I was extremely active, extremely fit, in the best shape of my life. And as soon as TSW started, sweat is the devil for TSW people. And some people are able to push through it. I'm not able to. It causes too much pain and uncomfortable suffering. So that's something that I definitely miss, and I still am not able to do to this day, is have a hard workout and sweat. And it's affected me, mentally. I used to feel good after workouts, so that's something I miss, but also physically, I've gained a good amount of weight not being able to work out the last couple of years as well.
Hey guys, hello. Welcome back to Where Are They Now? I am Bree. I'm the creator of Preventable, and today we are here with Kelly. What's up, girl?
Hello.
It's been forever.
It's been a long time, a couple years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
What, 3 years? Is it 3
Um,
years?
Almost. It was summer of 2017.
Okay.
So almost 4.
Almost 4. Holy crap.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And you look so different
I know
from
you
the
do
last
too.
time I saw you.
I know you too. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was actually looking through like old footage and stuff of what I wanted like maybe to put in here, and I saw our little slack lining. I was like,
Oh, that was
"Oh
so
my
much fun. So much fun.
God." I was horrible at it, but it was so much
Me
fun.
too. I was terrible. I'm surprised I didn't break a bone or something.
But I loved it. Like it was great.
That
And
was good.
that was the first time I've ever driven a car in New York, because I had to leave New York to come to where you are
Right.
in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Are you still in
Still in Pennsylvania. Scranton, northeastern Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Grant?
Yep. Scranton.
Um,
PA.
the Electric City.
Yep.
But that was the first time I had to rent a car and drive actually through New York to get to you, and that was a crazy experience.
I never drive through the city. I refuse. I will not.
That's why I was like, oh my gosh, this is probably gonna be the first and last time I ever do that.
Yeah. You learn the hard way.
Yeah. But it's so great to see you.
You too.
The last time we were together, you had just started Dupixent.
Yep.
And how long had you been on Dupixent? I think it was on like your second shot or third.
Yes. So I'm at a little over, I guess I'm getting close to 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
I've been on it pretty consistently the whole time until last summer. So summer 2020, I weaned off of it just to see how I would do.
Mhm.
And I did fantastic. So my skin was actually perfect from May-ish until this past fall. I started to get pretty grashy again on my neck, on my face. My eyelids were really bad. So I actually restarted in October. So now I am back on Dupixent, doing really well. No eczema anywhere. Still no side effects. The entire time I've been on Dupixent, no side effects at all. So the plan is to stay on Dupixent in the winters and wean off in the summers. If I still have
Yeah.
the skin condition, whatever it is, in the future.
But that's crazy. So like
Yeah,
you haven't had any side effects. You didn't have any of like the red eye or anything like
none,
that.
none, not at all. And I know a lot of people have had issues with their actual like eyeballs.
Yeah.
My eyes have been, if I'm on it, I'm 100% better and I have no issues.
Oh,
And pretty quick relief too. I was pretty bad in the fall, October, and within 2 shots, I was back to normal.
that's so awesome.
Mhm. Yep.
And that's obviously given you time to get back to life.
Yes. So yeah, lot has changed since I've last seen you. Went back to school, got my BSN. Now working as an ER nurse. I started in the middle of the pandemic, so that was quite a shock.
Yeah.
But I would have never been able to work as a nurse or in a hospital setting pre Dupixent. No chance. Washing my hands 5,000 times a day, touching all sorts of gross things. So I mean, I'm still eternally grateful for Dupixent because I would never be able to do this. And I like finally found my happy place. Like this is my career.
That's so
um,
awesome.
so yeah, that's been my life the last year, working in an ER in the middle of this pandemic.
And last time I was at your parents' house
Yes.
filming.
Yep.
So do you have your own
I'm in
place
an
now?
apartment now. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a new boyfriend. Well, not new, but it's 2.5 years.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. And we live in an apartment. So I'm able to, last time I saw you, I was pretty much dependent on my mother.
Yeah.
Um, and she helped me with everything. But yep, so I'm in an apartment on my own, doing really well.
Wow. And how'd you meet your
Brian. His name is Brian.
Brian?
We actually met online, on Hinge.
Yes, because I
Yeah.
remember you were on, I think, Bumble last time.
Yes. Yes. That was unsuccessful. However, Hinge worked.
And it worked.
And we're
Has that
actually
been
trying to buy a house right now too. So we're under contract right now, actually getting an inspection done tomorrow. So lots of big things happening. Yeah.
life after, well, after Dupixent? Like,
Really, yeah.
that's amazing.
Mhm.
I mean, does he know about your skin journey?
Yes.
Like you've been
So
through?
actually when we first started dating is when your documentary
Weird.
aired. So we watched it together and it was pretty early on. We were only dating maybe 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so he knew about it all from the beginning. Um, and then this recent flare in October was really the first time him like being exposed to it. And it was nothing in comparison to
Yeah.
TSW, but I still get PTSD. It was still like traumatic for me to get a bad flare.
Yeah.
Um, but he was very patient and understanding, and he was really good to me. So yeah, he's totally aware and in it for the long haul.
Awesome. And like when you had that flare, because I know like I'm in a little flare myself
Mhm.
at the moment, like how is that emotionally when you have to deal with something like that?
I was triggered. I definitely didn't. It was more like anxiety and fear, I guess, of is it gonna get as bad as it was before? Um, I couldn't sleep. I didn't handle it well, so that's why I did make the decision to go back on Dupixent. And I'm happy with my decision. Um, but yeah, emotionally, I'm still kind of traumatized. Even
Yeah.
this many years later. Yeah. So when it comes back, it's definitely triggering for sure.
Was there anything that you did like to help during that time?
I try to go tanning, um, which has its pros and cons, obviously, but I do so much better in the sun. And the winters here are awful. So I do try to go tanning only for a couple minutes at a time. And it does seem to help. But it just wasn't cutting it. So that's why I had to go back on the Dupixent.
Yeah, but I'm just so glad it works for you.
I know it really does. It 100% does. No side effects. I was really kind of worried that because they don't really know whether you stop it and then go back on, is it going to be just as effective or it's just as effective and no new side effects. So
Yes. And then, I mean, I don't know if you're still in touch with Heather at all.
yeah, actually, she's also a nurse.
Yeah.
She graduated nursing school too. Um, and she just had a baby. She's doing really well.
Yes, she
Yeah. So
did. Is she on Dupixent at all or no?
she is not on anything. So I know while she was pregnant, she got off of everything. I don't know if she plans to restart now that she had the baby, but I know she came off of everything when she got pregnant. Um, and she was doing pretty good.
That's awesome. Does she still live
She's
around you
she's
guys?
actually in Philly. So it's about 2 hours south of me. So we haven't been in touch as often as we were before when we were close, but we still stay in touch. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
TSW bringing people together. Well, is there anything that you would like give advice to someone that's thinking about doing Dupixent on Dupixent?
Um, I mean, I was really lucky. I know a lot of people have had the bad eye side effects. So I guess you have to weigh the pros and cons. And a lot of people are also still having, I'm still part of the groups on Facebook. like it was fixing their body flares, but then causing really bad facial flares. I know when my tanning helps me, or just being in the sun, that was always my recommendation or my go-to. I know some people, don't like the idea of going to tanning booth, but it definitely it was worth it in the long run. And I'm seeing a dermatologist anyway, once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid something was, to come up, it would be caught. So that's been my savior in addition to Dupixent. And giving injections is scary sometimes, but you get used to it.
Yeah, I know. Like you were brave. You let me film you while you
Yeah.
did it.
That was when I mean, that was before even being a nurse too. So I had never really, given shots or done anything like that before. So, but it doesn't hurt, it hurts for 2 seconds. I actually look forward to giving myself my shot. So, if you're really trying to weigh the pros and cons of going back on a medication, I think it's quality of life over, I'm happy with my decision. I think it really did improve my quality of life so much, and I might still be suffering to this day. And I don't regret a single second of it. So
Yeah.
anyone can reach out and ask as many questions about Dupixent as they want, because I'm happy to talk about it. I was on the cover of a magazine too. I don't know. Was I in touch with you about that? Yeah, I was like the poster child for Dupixent. There was a dermatology magazine. I was interviewed and was on the cover of it for Dupixent.
What? You have
Yeah.
to send me that.
Yes.
Or like
I
at least a picture of the cover.
That was that must have been like 3 years ago, I guess. Somebody had reached out to me. Oh, my battery's low. Hold on, I just have to plug in my laptop.
You're good. Guys, she raced over from her job. So kudos to her for being able to do this, working so hard in the ER.
Okay. Yeah, still have my badge on.
Still with us. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how it even started. Somebody had reached out to me on Instagram, I think it was, wanting to interview me. And then I did this whole photo shoot, like in Nag Park in Scranton, in an interview. And yeah, they put me on the cover of the magazine. It was all just about Dupixent. And it was when Dupixent was still new. And it was only like what's that?
Was it before the documentary or after?
It was after.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it must have been after. I think it was, when was it? Yeah, I think, pretty sure it was either, it must have been the spring of 2008, maybe 19. Yeah. I'll send it to you, but, yeah, that was interesting. And it was only like the type of magazine that's in doctor's offices, but
yeah, but that's still, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yep. So that had happened too. I forgot about that one.
Well, I'm just excited that it's worked for you.
Yeah.
Like, I know that there's people that do have the ups and downs, and I know there's so many other ones that are now being researched and they're in different trials. And
yeah, I think there's another biologic, but I think in pill form that they're studying. I forget what it's called.
I think so.
But my plan hopefully is to not stay on it forever. Especially when I do want to have children, which I do. There's no studies, they don't know. So I will definitely be coming off of it when it comes to that time. But for now, it's been a lifesaver. So
yeah. And then you'll test it out, like you said, like you might come off of it during the summers, or
so I do so much better in the sun. So my doctor said she has seen no studies that it loses efficacy if you come off of it and go back on it. So she sees no problem with weaning off of it, like leading into the springtime and then restarting in the fall. But this past summer, I hardly even needed to use moisturizer. Like I was totally fine while I was off of it, but I was going outside, going to the beach. Like I was
making sure you got the sun. Yeah.
That's what helps me. Yeah.
Well, it's just like light therapy.
Right.
I feel just a different
form
of light therapy.
The real sun just makes me happier too. But
well, that's awesome. I'm I'm so glad all this is like working out for you. This
Thank
is
you.
like what people want to hear.
I know. I'm very, very fortunate that I haven't had the side effects.
And you're living your life. And I think
I
that's
am living my
important.
life. Yeah.
Like,
It took, almost 30, but I finally, I'm finally feeling settled and was able to do what I wanted to do. So,
man, it's incredible. So you're at your own place, your skin's great, you got a boo. I like it.
yes,
Like your
ma'am.
dream job.
It's literally my dream job too. I love it. It's crazy. It's literally a madhouse 24/7 in an ER, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that you're doing so well.
Thank you.
Yeah, girl. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we conclude?
I think we got most of it.
Yeah.
Hang in there, TSW warriors. There
Hang
isn't
in
an end in
there.
sight usually. So if not, I don't think you should feel any shame or guilt if you do have to use medication. I definitely felt that at first, but I don't regret a single second of it. So
Yeah, look at you thriving. So testament to that for real. All right. Well, thank you, Kelly, for coming
thank
on and
you.
doing this and getting to see you. I mean, your voice on Preventable was so welcomed and useful and vulnerable to let me like come in and watch you give yourself a shot, talk about that. Cause yeah, like you said about people taking medications, there's like a stigma like
There's a
around
stigma around it for sure. Yeah.
that.
And I definitely felt ashamed at one point, but I don't now. So I mean that's something I would definitely preach on too. Quality of life, man. I mean, if you have to do it, you have to do it. And I understand the other side too, it not wanting to use medication, but the body can only take so much in my opinion. And I reached my limit. So
Got you, girl. So glad that you're doing so well. All right.
thanks. It was so good to see you.
Yes. All right. Bye, girl.
Bye.
Bye, guys.